Hi, everybody. How's it going? I feel like my voice is very loud. How are you getting on? Um, now, mm, just doing some last minute song scrounging here. We had some good suggestions in the last session. Here we go. We have a kind of a tentative theme for today's session. So coming into the weekend, hi Stephen, hi Terry, hi Kate. Coming into the weekend, we're thinking about baking and birds. Um, okay, just checking that everything's so. Happy birthday for Kate on Monday. Absolutely, God, I'd be delighted. Great. Okay, something to look forward to. Um, I hope there is a party, however small it has to be. Hi, Sean. Hi, Marion. Hi, Mary B. How's it going? Okay, Kate. Looking forward to that. Okay. Really? Is that okay? So it's a big birthday. Okay, it's a very special birthday. Monday is Kate Day. That's great. Okay, so we were talking about robins in the last session, just for people who weren't here. So everyone's checking out the wildlife in their gardens. Dara thought this might be a good one to start off on. When the red, red robin comes bobbing along, there'll be no more sobbing when he starts throbbing his old sweet song. Wake up, you sleepyhead. Get up, get out of bed. Cheer up, the sun is red. Live, love, laugh and be happy. What if I've been blue? Now I'm walking through fields of flowers. The rain may glisten, but I'll still listen for hours and hours. I'm just a kid again, doing what I did again, singing the same old song. The red, red robin comes bobbing along. Okay, this is a great one for dancing along to, Dara. I can just see you. When the red, red robin comes bobbing along, there'll be no more sobbing when he starts throbbing his sweet old sweet song. Wake up, you sleepyhead. Get out of bed. Cheer up, the sun is red. Live, love, laugh and be happy. What if I've been blue? Now I'm walking through fields of flowers. Rain may glisten, but I still listen for hours and hours. I'm just a kid again, doing what I did again, singing the same old song. When the red, red robin comes bobbing along. When the red, red robin comes bobbing along. Or in Stephen's case, when 5 to 7 red, red robins come bobbing along. Okay. So we're on the theme of birds, but we don't have to stick to that, but we do have a couple of suggestions to get us started, just to warm us up. It's nice to have stuff to get us going. Dara and Mom, good stuff. Hi Bernadette, how Bernie, how's it going? Hi Orna, hi Glenn, hi Richard, how are you? Okay, So, on the Birds theme, what could be more birdie than a band actually called the Birds? Um, and I won't do my Bob Dylan voice for this one. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. I'm not sleepy and there ain't no place I'm going to. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. In the jingle jangle morning, I'll come following you. I know that an evening's empire has returned into sand and vanished from my hand, left me blindly here to stand, but still not sleeping. My weariness amazes me, I'm branded on my feet. I had no one to meet, and the empty street is too dead for dreaming. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. I'm not sleepy and there ain't no place I'm going to. Hi Mikey, how's it going? Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. In the jingle jangle morning, I'll come following you. And take me on a trip upon your magic swirling ship. My senses have been stripped, my hands can't feel to grip, my toes too numb to step. Wait only for my booty to be wandering. I'm ready to go anywhere, I'm ready for to fade into my own parade. Cast your dancing spell my way, I promise to go under it. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. I'm not sleepy and there ain't no place I'm going to. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. In the jingle jangle morning, I come following you. I thought you might hear laughing, spinning madly across the sun. It's not aimed at anyone, it's just escaping on the run. For the sky there ain't no fences facing. And if you hear vague traces of skipping reels of rhyme to your tambourine in time, it's just a ragged cloud behind. I wouldn't pay it any mind. It's just a shadow you're seeing that he's chasing. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. I'm not sleepy and there ain't nowhere I'm going to. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. In the jingle jangle morning, I'll come following you. Then take me disappearing through the smoke rings of my mind, down the foggy ruins of time, far past the frozen leaves, the haunted, frightened trees, out to the windy beach, far from twisted reach of crazy sorrow. And yes, to dance beneath the sky with one hand waving free, silhouetted by the sea, circled by the circus sands, with all the memory and the fame. We'll hope till tomorrow, skipped a line by Okay. Now, I'm just catching up with the live chat here. And I have to say, Mikey, I never thought a big Christy Moore fan would also be a Creed fan. That's fantastic. Thank you, Brenda. Thanks. Okay. Thank you, Sean. Okay. So let's just see what we've got. Counting Crows. Nelly Furtado. Good. Okay. For all the Bird fans. Another Bird song. I'm like a bird. Okay. So Glenn, are you looking for some Smashing Pumpkins as well? Yeah, I'd love to know what you. I didn't know you like them either. Okay. Learning new things all the time. That pleases me. Okay, let's see what we can do from Counting Crows. I mean, it would be remiss not to do Mr. Jones, wouldn't it? Although I've done Big Yellow Taxi as well before, but that's. Okay, now we don't know if Aaron is there. Okay. Oh, this is one of those songs. Black Good Dancer. There's about 1 million words in this. His father plays guitar. She's suddenly beautiful. We all want something beautiful. I know I wish I was beautiful. So dance in this silence. Down through the moon. Sha la 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 la. This is okay. Maria, I'm just gonna power through. Show me some of them Spanish dances and pass me a bottle, Mr. Jones. Believe in me, help me believe in anything, 'cause I wanna be someone who believes. Okay, familiar ground. Mr. Jones and me tell each other fairy tales, and we stare at the beautiful women. She's looking at you, oh no, she's looking at me, smiling in the bright lights, coming through in stereo. When everybody loves you, you can never be lonely. I will paint my picture, paint myself in blue and red and black and gray, all the beautiful colors, very meaningful, you know. Gray is my favorite color. I felt so symbolic yesterday. I know if Picasso, I would buy myself a gray guitar and play. Mr. Jones and me look into the future, and we stare at the beautiful women. She's looking at you, I don't think so. She's looking at me, standing in the spotlight. I bought myself a gray guitar when everybody loves me. Thanks, Marion. Oh, God. Okay. Sorry, I've lost my place. This is Friday. This is what every Friday. Mr. Jones and me stunning through the barrio. Yeah, we stare at the beautiful women. She's perfect for you, man. There's gotta be someone for me. Gotta be Bob Dylan. Mr. Jones wishes fucking when everybody loves you. gonna be big stars. Well, what do we have to say about that? Not enough, Stephen. That's not enough. That song had about 1 billion words in it. That's not one that could be read from sheet music. I'm so sorry, Marion, but thank you for being. Okay. Anyway, can we move on? Okay. This could be the other theme. Jason's slowly losing his grip on his own musical competence. Okay. Well, Kate, I'm glad you like that. We'll keep it light and breezy. There's one thing I will say this. There's one thing I always say to my music therapy students is that you have to be willing to make a fool of yourself. That's how you get into the right space. So, you have to you have to practice what you preach. Okay, I'm just trying to remind myself of this song. I might have to. This could be another. This is Evel Knievel. Has everyone heard that? He doesn't get paid. He doesn't get paid to land. He gets paid for the attempt. Richard. Beautiful, that's for sure. Will never ever fade. You're lovely, but it's not for sure. So this is another bird song that I won't ever change. Though my love is real, though my love is true, I'm like a bird, I only fly away. I don't know where my soul is, I don't know where my home is. And baby, all I need for you to, I'm like a bird, I only fly away. I don't know where my soul is, I don't know where my home is. And all I need for you to know is faith brings me to tears. Even after all these years, and it pains me so much to tell that you don't know me that well. And though my love is real, though my love is true, I'm like a bird, I only fly away. I don't know where my soul is, I don't know where my home is. And I'm like a bird, I only fly away. I don't know where my soul is, I don't know where my home is. And all I need for you to know is that I want to say goodbye. Every time you try to tell me that you love me, oh God, mid-lates. One more time. This is not good, is it? I'm like a bird, I only fly away. I don't know where my soul is, I don't know where my home is. And baby, all I need for you, I'm like a bird, I only fly away. I don't know where my soul is, I don't know where my home is. And all I need for you to know. Richard, you are being far too kind. I'm struggling with some of these songs, but there we go. Thanks, Glenn. No, Ashley, you did a great job on the Heroes video. Well done. Okay. So excellent. We've got a nice I might be on more familiar ground now with the U2 song. But God, I shouldn't speak too soon. So we'll do the sweetest thing, and we'll do something by Christy Moore. Let's do Don't Forget Your Shovel. So that's another upbeat one. Oh, this video might not have to be saved after this. This might have to be one of the missing videos on the page, homepage. Enough of that. Okay. My love, she throws me like a rubber ball. Oh, oh, the sweetest thing. Okay, this is great. This is a great sing-along one. Everyone do the Christy. Oh yeah, no problem. No problem, Orna. Everyone has to sing along. Oh, the sweetest thing. If you don't know any of the other words, just do the oh, the sweetest thing. Okay. My love, she throws me like a rubber ball. Oh, oh, the sweetest thing. But she won't catch me or break my fall. Whoa, whoa, the sweetest thing. My baby's got blue eyes overhead, but in this summer rain cloud, you know she likes the dry kind of love. Whoa, whoa, the sweetest thing. I'm losing you. I'm losing you. Ain't love the sweetest thing? I wanted to run, but she made me crawl. Oh, oh, the sweetest thing. Eternal fire, she turned me to straw. Oh, oh, the sweetest thing. You know I got black eyes overhead, but they burn brightly for her. Mine is a blind kind of love. Oh, oh, the sweetest thing. I'm losing you. I'm losing you. Ain't love the sweetest thing? Blue-eyed girl meets a brown girl. Oh, oh, the sweetest thing. Sew it up, but you can still see the tail. Whoa, whoa, the sweetest thing. Baby's got blue eyes overhead, and in this summer rain cloud, you know we got a stormy kind of love. Oh, oh, the sweetest thing. I'm losing you. I'm losing you. I'm losing you. I'm losing you. Ain't love the sweetest thing? Oh, oh, the sweetest thing. Oh, oh, the sweetest thing. Oh my God. All right, Richard. Excellent. Subtitles are working for Erin. I'm delighted. Thank you for confirming that. Hi, Erin. I don't want anyone's generosity, Glenn. I know when I might get complacent. I'm glad you like that, Ashley. Okay, I'm being silly now. Don't mind me. Okay. Just trying to stuff out here. Now. All right, Kieran. Thanks. You want to cut of the? You could be my PR guy if you want. Oh, thanks for that. Thanks, Kieran. Yeah, Tonight. That's one I've been playing since I was a teenager. So, so yeah, that one's kind of burned into my memory. Okay. So I'm just checking the quality of the subtitles here for Aaron, because they can be wonky sometimes. Now, where are we with songs? Christy Moore. Okay, let's do some Christy Moore. And Wonderwall for Mikey. Yeah, I'll do that one. I'm not I know you asked for Creed, but I'm not familiar with that one. So I'll do Don't Forget Your Shovel for Stephen. I know you love that one, Stephen, with the Christy Moore voice, of course. And then Wonderwall, and then Blackbird. Great. Oh, don't forget your shovel if you want to go to work. Oh, the subtitles are all over the place. Oh, don't forget your shovel if you want to go to work. Oh, don't forget your shovel if you want to go to work. Or you'll end up where you came from like the rest of us. Digging, digging, digging. Diddle-deedle-do. And don't forget your shoes and socks and shirt and tie and all. Oh, don't forget your shoes and socks and shirt and tie and all. Oh, don't forget your shoes and socks and shirt and tie and all. Or Mr. Murphy's afraid you'll make a claim to take a fall. How's it going? Not too bad. Diddle-deedle-do. And if you want to do it, don't you do it again the wall. And if you want to do it, don't you do it again the wall. Never seen a toilet on the building site at all. There's a shed up in the corner where they won't see you at all. Mind the sandwiches. Diddle-deedle-do. Oh, we want to go to heaven, but we're always digging holes. Oh, we want to go to heaven, but we're always digging holes. Oh, we want to go to heaven, but we're always digging holes. Well, there's one thing you can say, we know where we are going. Any chance of a start? No? Okay. Diddle-deedle-do. Oh, don't forget your shovel if you want to go to work. Oh, don't forget your shovel if you want to go to work. Don't forget your shovel if you want to go to work. Or you'll end up where you came from like the rest of us. Digging, digging, digging. Diddle-deedle-do. Okay. Now I'm just gonna I'm moving on very fast. Okay. So Aaron's happy with the subtitles. They certainly can't keep up with the Christy Moore lyrics, I'll tell you that much. But anyway. Okay. Let's do Wonderwall. Let's do Blackbird. That's absolutely good choices there. Brown Eyed Girl. Are you asking for that one, Glenn? the day that they're gonna throw it back to you. By now you should have somehow realized what you gotta do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. Backbeat, the world is on the street, but the fire in your heart is out. I'm sure you've heard it all before, but you never really had a doubt. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. And all the roads that lead you there are winding, and all the lights that lead you there are blinding. There are many things that I would like to say to you, but I don't know how. 'Cause maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. And after all, you're my wonderwall. Backbeat, the word is on the street, but you never heard us out. I know you heard it all before, but you never really had a doubt. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. And all the roads that lead you there are winding, and all the lights that light the way are blinding. There are many things that I would like to say to you, but I don't know how. 'Cause maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. And after all, you're my wonderwall. 'Cause maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. And after all, you're my wonderwall. Okay. Nice one, Mikey. Glenn, I think Neil Finn, you're talking about the guy from Crowded House? Thank you, Bernadette. Well, it's a group effort. These requests all come from the group. So it's nice to have that feedback. Indeed, Sean. Yeah, nice clip going today. I'm just amused by. I've got the stream going on my iPad here to check out the subtitles, and during the songs they go all wrong because the software can't handle the music. Oh yes, thank you, Orna. You've reminded me. Okay. We'll do the weather. Okay, the weather song. Okay, just catching up. Yes, Jess is at home. And she asked for Shallow. Because she would like some cheering up. So if you have any good vibes to send to Jess, put them in the live chat here, and I'll read them out for her. And we'll do Shallow as well, and then I'll do Blackbird. So Bernadette is saying she hopes you're keeping well, Jess. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to need a drink for this one. Okay, Jess. Sienna says an absolutely huge, enormous hi. Written out, it literally goes hi waving emoji. Okay. Marianne says, hi, Jess. Hope you're keeping well. Looking forward to catching up when we're back to normal. So there we go. Keep those coming while I'm singing there, and we'll go through again. You ready, Jess? Okay. Because this is a duet. Okay, Aisling saying hi, DJ Jess. And Stephen saying hi as well. How are you doing? Tell me something, girl. Are you happy in this modern world? Or do you need more? Is there something else you're searching for? I'm falling. In all the good times I find myself longing for change, and in the bad times I fear myself. Tell me something, boy. Aren't you tired trying to fill that void? Or do you need more? Ain't it hard keeping it so hardcore? I'm falling. In all the good times I find myself longing for change, and in the bad times I fear myself. I'm on the deep end, watch as I dive in. I'll never reach the ground. Crash to the surface where they can't hurt us. We're far from the shallow now. In the shallows, shallows. In the shallows, shallows. In the shallow, shallow. We're far from the shallows now. You ready, Jess? I'm off the deep end, watch as I dive in. I never meet the ground. Crash to the surface where they can't hurt us. We're far from the shallows now. In the shallows, shallows. In the shallows, shallows. In the shallows, shallows. We're far from the shallows now. We're far from the shallows now. All right, Jess, did you sing along? You belted out. I hope you did. Oh, look at this. Okay. I missed your text. I only just saw your earlier text, Jess. So Jess has a brother called Robin. I love it when that happens. We got all these connections. It was all graduation stuff yesterday, and today it's all Robins. I don't know who could have predicted. Okay. So Jess, just to catch you up on what people have said. Dara says hi. Glenn says, don't get down, we'll be together again. Aisling and Glenn were both doing the sign language actions to this song. I presume Erin was as well. And Bernie says, Jess, I'm going to learn that one for next Tuesday back with the Friendship Choir. For the next Tuesday that we're back with the Friendship Choir. And she says you probably know all the words already. Richard Kennedy thinks Enable Ireland people are very cool. I certainly think so. Okay. Now my guitar is misbehaving. Okay. Alright, let's see if I can play this one without making a hames of it. I'll do it with that, yeah. That's much better. Blackbird sing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to arrive. Blackbird sing in the dead of night. Take these sunken eyes and learn to see. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to be free. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly into the light of the dark night sky. Blackbird sing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to arrive. You were only waiting for this moment to arrive. You were only waiting for this moment to arrive. Okay. I'll say one thing comparing the Beatles to Counting Crows. They have fewer lyrics in their songs. Oh dear. Okay. That's a nice song though, isn't it? And it's a bird theme, great. Okay. Hi Aaron, how's it going? Okay. A Shrek song for Grania. Well, look, Grania. Thank you, Michael. I did some homework earlier on and I was finding other songs that had been in Shrek movies. So I found 3, although there are many more, so you can pick from those. Apparently there's a version of Ever Fallen in Love. Ever fallen in love with someone, ever fallen in love. From Shrek. There's I'm on my way from misery to happiness today. The Proclaimers song, and we all love the Proclaimers, so I know that one. I know that one will probably go down well. Or there's Livin' La Vida Loca, if if you want to watch me struggle. But so, or we can go back to one of the other ones that you like, either All Star, I'm a Believer, Bad Reputation. The Proclaimers, okay, great. Nice to be adding to the songbook even more. Okay. Something like that. Okay, Grania. Thank you, Ashling. And no training, would you believe? No training for that. That's just natural talent. Anyway. I'm on my way from misery to happiness today. I'm on my way from misery to happiness today. I'm on my way from what to be in this world. And years from now, you'll make it to the next world. And everything that you receive up yonder is what you gave to me the day I wandered. I took a right turning yesterday. I took a right turning yesterday. I took the road that brought me down to your town. I took the bus to streets that I could walk down. I walked the streets to find the one I'd look for. I climbed the stair that led me down your front door. And now I don't want one for anything. Oh, on top of the world. Okay. I'll do my best best you can. I'll do my best to do the best I can. To keep my feet from jumping round the ground, dear. To keep my heart from jumping through my mouth, dear. To keep the past and not the present. To try and learn when you teach me a lesson. I'm on my way from misery to happiness today. I'm on my way from misery to happiness today. Yeah. I'm on my way to what I want from this world. And years from now, you'll make it to the next world. And everything that you receive up yonder is what you give to me the day I wandered. I'm on my way to what I want from this world. And years from now, you'll make it to the next world. And everything that you receive up yonder is what you give to me the day I wandered. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. Okay. Hi, Nancy. How's it going? And natural talent, Aisling, I was only referring to my ability to do a Scottish accent. Grania, glad you liked it. Hi, Nancy. Yeah, ups and downs today, but entertaining for the people to watch, I hope. And thank you, Mikey. Okay, how are we doing for songs? And how are we doing for time? Okay, I'll try. You can call me out, guys. Yeah. That's an interesting one. I'm not sure I've ever played this song, but I've heard it about 1,000,000 times at weddings. It's where the bass player always gets to shine when he does that funky bit in the middle. 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover. Do you know what? Would you believe I learnt that song very early on playing guitar from a guitar book my dad had. So I can do 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover today if I can remember the chords. So yeah, a bit of Paul Simon and then we can wrap up. What do you think? So we'll do You Can Call Me Al. This okay. Would I like some homework, Mikey? Well, the good thing about weekend homework is that you can always leave it till absolutely the last minute before work on Monday. So, yeah, go for it. What have you got for us? So you can be typing it out there while I'm attempting this. All right, Evel Knievel, you get paid for the attempt. Look. Thanks, Terry. Man walks down the street, he says, why am I soft in the middle now? Why am I soft in the middle now? The rest of my life is so hard. I need a photo opportunity. I want a shot of redemption. Don't want to end up a cartoon in a cartoon graveyard. A bone digger, dogs in the moonlight. Far away, my well-lit door. Mr. Beer Belly, get these butts away from me, you know. I don't find this stuff amusing anymore. And if you'll be my bodyguard, I can be your long-lost pal. I can call you Betty, when you call me, you can call me out. Man walks down the street, he says, why am I short of attention now? I've got a little short span of attention. Oh, my lights are so long. Where's my wife and family? What if I die here? Who'll be my role model now that my role model is gone? Duck back down into the alley with some roly-poly little bat-faced girl. All along, there were incidents and accidents. There were hints and allegations. He said, hey, if you'll be my bodyguard, I can be your long-lost pal. I can call you Betty, when you call me, you can call me out, call me out. Man walks down the street. The street is a strange world. Maybe it's a third world. Maybe it's his first time around. He doesn't speak the language. He holds no currency. He is a foreign man. He is surrounded by the sound. Cattle in the marketplace. Scatterlings and orphanages. He looks around. He says angels and the architecture spinning in infinity. He says amen and hallelujah. And if you be my bodyguard, I can be your long-lost pal. I can call you Betty, when you call me, you can call me out, call me. Na 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 na. If you be my bodyguard, I can be your long-lost pal. I can call you Betty, when you call me, you can call me out. Okay. Thanks everybody. Do I play weddings? Orna, do you know what? I have played weddings. In various capacities. I've been in a wedding band once. It was for a friend of mine who was getting married after coming home from overseas, and he needed someone cheap. So I did it for free with my band. And we just did all 80 songs. It was great fun. Okay. And we didn't play that song. Yeah. Okay, I'm just reminding myself of the chords. Thanks, Glenn. Yeah, Marianne, I hope I've salvaged the set a little bit there. Is that free offer still going with Kieran? I don't know. Depends on the date. I'm going to have to do music for my own wedding at some point. That's how cheap I am. Anyway. Okay. So it's nearly time to wrap up. Thanks very much, everyone. I'm delighted. It was good energy today. And you were all very forgiving of my repeated flubs. But let's do one more song to finish. Let's do 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover, as requested by Sienna and Co. The problem's all inside your head, she said to me. The answer's easy if you take it logically. I'd like to help you in your struggle to be free. There must be 50 ways to leave your lover. She said it's really not my habit to intrude. I hope my meaning won't be lost or misconstrued. But I'll repeat myself at the risk of being cruel. There must be 50 ways to leave your lover. 50 ways to leave your lover. Just slip out the back, Jack. Make a new plan, Stan. Don't need to be coy, Roy. Just listen to me. Hop on the Gus bus. Don't need to discuss much. Just drop off the Keeley and get yourself free. She says it grieves me now to see you in such pain. I wish there was something I could do to make you smile again. I said I appreciate that, but could you please explain about the 50 ways to leave your lover? She said, why don't we sleep on it tonight? I'm sure in the morning you'll begin to see the light. And then she kissed me, I realized she probably was right. There must be 50 ways to leave your lover. 50 ways to leave your lover. Just slip out the back, Jack. Make a new plan, Stan. No need to be coy, Roy. Just listen to me. Hop on the bus, cause you don't need to discuss much. Just drop off the Keeley and get yourself free. Slip out the back, Jack. Make a new plan, Stan. No need to be coy, Roy. Just listen to me. Hop on the bus, cause you don't need to discuss much. Just drop off the Keeley and get yourself free. Okay, thanks everybody. Mikey, I'm not familiar with that one, so I will have a look at it. That's my homework. John of Dreams, is it? Okay. Have a great weekend, guys. Yeah, thanks as always. We're a month in, would you believe? It'll be a month on Monday. And we're still going strong. I'm delighted. But have a great weekend, whatever you end up doing. And we've got a birthday on Monday to look forward to, so I'm very pleased about that too. All right, guys. See you later.